Today's Pittsburgh Steelers talk is presented by Rhone. I am wearing their commuter dress shirt, and you probably should be too, because it's actually comfortable, the most breathable and comfortable dress shirt known to man. 20% off when you use promo code CHAT over at Rhone.com/chat. Tell you more about them later on in today's show, but there are a lot of trade rumors out there for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and maybe no name, whether trade for or trade away, more frequently linked than Chase Claypool. Lots of different trade rumors around him. The Green Bay Packers, chief among the different potential hypothetical trade destinations for Claypool. And if Pittsburgh makes a trade of Claypool or trade in general, we will break that down for you. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. Hit that big red button and subscribe. Free videos all year long. That does include breaking news. All right, over to Claypool now, more in depth. Recent ESPN trade idea from Bill Barnwell has this trade package: Chase Claypool and a 7th next year, 2024, to the Green Bay Packers in exchange for Amari Rodgers and a 2023 4th-round pick. Now, Claypool's coming off his best game of the year by a pretty wide margin, and I had to play him in my Dynasty League. I'm very pleased by that he finally showed up at long last. The issue for Claypool is the regression, right? The yards dipped a little bit in 2021. The touchdowns went way down. He's got talent. He's got size. He's got athletic ability. The 4th-round pick, I think, actually is decent value for a guy with 2 more years left on his deal who probably wouldn't fetch you a hypothetical comp pick very much in free agency in the event you let him leave. The problem for me of that deal is the return of Amari Rodgers, a former, I believe, top 100 pick out of Clemson. I'll double-check my math on that one. I think actually could be a decent fit in the Matt Canada offense, by the way. Here's the problem. He's bad. 22 career games. He's got 5 catches for 59 yards and a drop. He's a slot only, by the way. He's built like a running back, plays slot receiver. I have a guy in mind for that slot receiver role. That's Calvin Austin, who I think is way more electric than Amari Rodgers is, and I like Austin more specifically for this team than I do Amari Rodgers. So I kind of view it as Amari Rodgers for a future 7th and Chase Claypool for a 4th. I don't know if I want to get rid of one of my top receivers and try to potentially jeopardize my impact when it comes to the young quarterback I have in Kenny Pickett. I don't want to reduce that impact, that value. I don't know if a 4th would be enough for me to shop and trade away Chase Claypool. But what do you guys think? I mean, we're a show built around you, the people, the fans of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you want to trade Chase Claypool? Why for yes and for no? Let me know in the comment section. It's the pinned comment on today's video. If the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Y or N. Now, there have been a lot of trade rumors buzz out there on various trade targets. I've seen Steelers sites say bench Naji Harris, who we'll talk about here. The 2 clearly available names are Melvin Gordon, who appear to be benched by the Broncos in whatever they call Monday Night Football. That was a gross game. And Cam Akers, who the Rams are publicly shopping at this point. Naji Harris has not been that good this year, unfortunately, averaging a paltry 3.2 yards per carry, 1 touchdown. I would question if the offensive line is to blame for some of that. Here's the problem. A, you spent a 1st-round pick on Naji Harris. Let's not sink more assets into a less valuable position. It's not like Melvin Gordon, Cam Akers are impressing. Cam Akers has 3 yards per carry. Behind an admittedly bad offensive line as well. Off the Achilles injury, doesn't look the same. Melvin Gordon's getting up there in age. 3.7 yards is not good. Oh, and he's got a fumbling problem. So I have no interest in either of those guys. I'd rather continue to ride with the 1st-round pick, Naji Harris, but that's just me. Now, when it comes to a trade, in general, will the Steelers make one? 1 for yes, 0 for no. Let me know in the comment section right now. While you're down there, click the link to Rhone.com/chat. 20% off your order when you use promo code CHAT. The dress shirt was due for a major reinvention, and Rhone has stepped up. This is the commuter shirt. Other styles and colors available there as well. comfortable, breathable, and flexible. All three the most valuable there and known to man from that perspective. Gold fusion technology for anti-odor. I wore it to a wedding. Didn't smell at all. Did get, though, several compliments on my dress shirt at the wedding. Works in the office, works the wedding, works out for drinks in the evening at bar, whether it's with a date, wife, whatever, significant other. It's all good there. The commuter shirt can get you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. Head to Rhone.com/chat and use promo code CHAT to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order at Rhone.com/chat. Use promo code CHAT. It's time to find your corner office comfort, and that's what Rhone is for. More ESPN trade ideas now. This one, I'll make note, this did come in before this week's slate of games. So it actually came in before Mitchell Trubisky checked in for the injured, concussed Kenny Pickett, and before Albert O. Well, we'll get to him in a little bit. Now, the Broncos get Mitchell Trubisky. The Steelers get Albert Okwuegbunam. And if that's a tough name to say, yeah, Albert O for short makes it a lot easier. And we'll probably just call him that going forward, even though from draft coverage, I mastered it. Kind of, sort of. Quarterback room right now is 3 deep for Pittsburgh. It sounds like Pickett will be good to go. If he's not, maybe you wait a week and then give the reins over to him once he's fully healthy and you don't trade Trubisky then. But he played pretty well. Trubisky did against the Bucs. It's a big sign from that standpoint. I do think Trubisky carries more value than Mason Rudolph. He's better. He's also cheaper for a new team to acquire. The pitch from ESPN was Albert O can be your new backup tight end. And with Pat Freiermuth a bit banged up, concussion himself, but should be back again this week, that does make a little bit of sense. There are some negatives for Albert O that we'll get into here in a little bit. But back to the trade idea. Would you do this trade? I think Denver wins it, by the way. That's just me. Sound off. Why for yes and for no? Would you take Albert Okwuegbunam for Mitchell Trubisky? Let me know right now. The issue for Albert O is that he's not playing. Now, he had a great combine. Ran like a 4.49 40. Everyone's like, wow, that's way faster than we ever saw on film. And they didn't do any of the agility drills. And that's like, okay, now wait a minute. Is that just a false flag? Is that just the testing itself? And my answer is yeah, he's a bit stiff when it comes to being an athlete. He's also drastically fallen out of favor in Denver. 67% snap count week 1, 53-32, 1 snap total, 21% in week 5, and did not play against the Chargers. He's not a factor anymore. Albert O might be a somewhat household name from the draft process, or at least maybe you've recognized that name before. He hasn't done anything. Frankly, if you're going to trade away Trubisky, I would much rather have a draft pick coming back to me than I would a tight end who maybe is tight end 2 for you. In the end, just simply not the route I want to go. One more trade rumor now, Devin Bush, who, when we did all of our mailbags this offseason, the 2 names that popped the most were Mason Rudolph and Devin Bush. I will make note, I think Devin Bush is playing better. Unless you're getting a linebacker back in some trade, I don't know if you have the depth to make that move. Devin Bush is still not playing the way he was early in his career, but he is better than last year. A low bar to clear, I know. Completion is 68.8%. The yards are 140. Hasn't allowed a touchdown. Only has 1 missed tackle. He's not guessing as much to me in terms of where the football's going. So, yeah, Myles Jack is still linebacker 1. I wouldn't mind seeing some more Mark Robinson myself. But there was a couple big plays with Devin Bush as of late. The 2-point try was a big one against the Bucs. I'm not saying Devin Bush is back, but I am saying that it is a better situation for Bush than, what it was previously. So I'm not in on Bush. I'm not out, although it's still trending that way. So I would be a bit surprised if Bush got shopped at this point for Pittsburgh. Week and a half till trade deadline. Maybe you wait, or 2.5 weeks, whatever it is. November 1st is the day. I can't do math today, apparently. We'll see what happens on that front. Next couple games will help influence what Pittsburgh does in terms of being buyers or in terms of being sellers. We'll keep you covered right here. Hit that big red button right now.